In one of my last jobs, I worked with two guys, and one of them came from a culture where women were seen and not heard, basically invisible. And all of the behavior that led to that was very subtle and hard to point out. And because the other person on the team hadn't had that lived experience, I couldn't verbally explain it. And I spent a year dealing with that quiet subtlety that was just too under the surface to point out. And when I was on the verge of leaving, as a last resort, I made a virtual reality application to show them what it was like. And I found that that worked where verbally explaining it for an entire year hadn't.
So I came across Annie, who originally had the idea around doing unconscious bias training. I had actually just been fresh from a series of really bad corporate bullying and harassment incidences for an extended period of time. It was the first time in my life that I actually had to go to a doctor about anxiety and even depression. Never had that before, and it really made me understand the importance of feeling included. I could really see the value of why it matters.
So I spent several years working for world-leading organizations to understand what was the best value of virtual reality and how to best capitalize on the technology. Eco-reality was the best use for the technology that's possible.
So our training has three modes of interaction. The first is reflection, where you see yourself as another person. And while you move around and get used to your new body, a narrator tells you who you are and what social interaction you're about to go into. The other two are about practicing and experiencing. So seeing from their perspective what it's like to be marginalized, and also as a bystander or as a first person choosing what is good behavior that would de-escalate this situation.
The reactions vary dramatically from person to person. One really common trend coming out of the experience is people describing their feelings. It's about how they felt in the experience.
This technology is not like traditional media where you may be watching something. It really, your brain acts as if it's actually having that experience. So it's a very powerful tool in getting people to a place of understanding or empathy so they can change behavior.
Halcyon's so unique in that it is focused on social good, and many incubators don't put that amount of effort into it. And you can really tell with the energy of the people who are all here. We're all on the same page. We have an intention that we want to create in the world. Equal reality. We allow you to walk in the shoes of another person so that you can experience what it's like to be discriminated against from their perspective.